Good morning, students. This is Rashekar, working as a biology teacher in St. Mary's English Medium High School, Palakal. Today, I want to teach a new topic that is also in the lesson nutrition. That is also in the lesson nutrition topic. Vitamins are the micronutrients. Vitamins are the micronutrients. These vitamins, micronutrients. Actually, there are two types of nutrients. There are two types of nutrient according to useful in our body. According to useful in our body. What are they? Micronutrients, macronutrients. The nutrients are divided into micronutrients and macronutrients. What is macronutrient? What is micronutrients? The nutrients which is used in rich quantity in our body. The nutrients which is used in rich quantity in our body is called macronutrients. There are carbohydrates, fats, proteins. What about micronutrients? The nutrients which is used in our body in a less quantity, they are called micronutrients. They are called micronutrient. So now these vitamins come under micronutrients. Here there is a scientist. The scientist name is called Sir H.G. Hopkins. Sir H.G. Hopkins. He did some of the experiments on vitamins. So when he is doing some of the work on vitamins, he find out a extra factor in the milk. A extra factor in the milk. He named as that factor named as accessory factor. It means he called that factor as a accessory factor. This accessory factor is also called as cofactor. This accessory factor is also called as cofactor. In 1912, Casimir Funk, who gave the name vitamin, who introduced the name vitamin, that is Casimir Funk. He gave name for vitamin. Vitamins are already told micronutrients. They are organic compounds. They are organic compounds. They are not synthesized by our body. They are not synthesized by our body. So, why we call micronutrient already? I told you. They are not synthesized in our body. But there are two sources. Through these two sources, the vitamins are entered into our body. What are the source? Source of vitamins to our body. The first source, diet. Through diet only, some of the vitamins which is required to our body, it is entered into our body through diet. The second source, bacteria present in intestine. The second source, bacteria present in intestine. Already we learned in the 8th class two types of microorganisms. Useful bacteria and harmful bacteria. Is it right? There are two types of bacteria are there. Useful and harmful. So, harmful bacteria leads to some of the diseases. But useful bacteria in our body, it synthesizes vitamins. It synthesizes vitamins. E. coli example. So like that, some of the bacteria which is present in the intestine, that bacteria are synthesize vitamins. That is the second source. What about first source? Through diet. When we are taking different types of food material into our body, through that only some of the vitamins are entered into our body. Okay, right. So vitamins are classified into two groups. They are water soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamin, it means the vitamins are dissolved in the water. What are they? They are B, C. B, C, and vitamin B and vitamin C are the water soluble vitamins. In the B, there are other vitamins that is called B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B9, B12. So these all are belongs to B vitamin. So that's the reason this B vitamin is also called as B complex vitamins. What is that? B vitamin is also called as B complex vitamins. What about C? That is non B complex vitamin. These both are water soluble vitamin. B and C vitamins are the B complex vitamins. Sorry, B and C vitamins are the water soluble vitamins. So next, fat soluble vitamin. What about this? Fat soluble vitamins. So what are the fat soluble vitamins? A, D, E, K. A, D, E, K. A, D, E, K are the fat soluble vitamins. So these all the vitamins are dissolved in the fats. So that's the reason these vitamins are called as fat soluble vitamins. That's why we are called as fat soluble vitamins. So like that, the vitamins are classified into two groups: water soluble vitamin and fat soluble vitamin. Water soluble vitamins B and C. In the B again, B1, B2, B3, B5, B7, B9, B12. These all are called B complex vitamins. Next, C. These both are water soluble. Next, fat soluble vitamin. Fat soluble vitamin examples A, D, E, K. What is that? A, D, E, K. These are the fat soluble vitamins. Now we will see the B complex vitamins: B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12. Now we will see one by one. Now B1 vitamin. So B1 is also called as thiamine. B1 is also called as thiamine. Thiamine means, this is a scientific name. This is the scientific name for vitamin B1. So actually, one who is not having sufficient amount of B1 vitamin in their body, they are suffering from a disease. The disease name is called beriberi. What is that? Beriberi disease. So what is beriberi? See, one who is suffering from beriberi, in their body muscles so lean, they become very lean. So, and also the muscle development not takes place in a proper manner. They are very lean, so weak. So these all are the symptoms of beriberi. Okay. So next, actually, when the B1 vitamin deficiency takes place in our body, there are some symptoms that appear in our body. What are they? See, look at the board. Vomitings, fits, loss of appetite, means aakali lekapovam. Next, difficulty in breathing. What is that? Difficulty in breathing. Sometimes paralysis also come in the body. Is it right? These all are the symptoms of deficiency of B1 vitamin. Okay, next, what are the uses of this B1 vitamin in our body? What are the uses of B1 vitamin in our body? They are: maintain proper brain function, maintain proper brain function, and also nerve function, and also nerve function. Next, healthy muscles. What is that? Healthy muscles. For this, B1 vitamin should be need in our body. Okay, so what are the resource for B1 vitamin? What are the resource? In which food materials are having B1 vitamin? So look at the board: cereals, next oil seeds, next vegetables, next milk, meat, fish. So these all are resources for B1 vitamin. Just I want to repeat again: B1 is the general name, the scientific name for B1 thiamine. If you are not having required quantity of B1 vitamin in our body, we are suffering from a disease. The disease name is called beriberi. Okay. So the next vitamin, B2. What is that? B2. So B2 is the general name. B2 is the general name. What about scientific name for B2? That is riboflavin. What is that? Riboflavin. B2 vitamin is the general name, scientific name for B2, riboflavin. What is that? Riboflavin. So, one who is not having sufficient amount of B2 vitamin in their body, what are the diseases are enter into their body? What are the diseases are enter into their body? In that, the first one, glossitis. What is that? Glossitis. Glossitis means red and sore tongue. So inside our tongue, very reddish in color. It become very reddish in color and also sore tongue. Is it right? So that is the symptom of glossitis. That is the symptom of glossitis. Next one, the next disease, the deficiency of B2, kyphosis. What is that? Kyphosis. This is also the deficiency of B2. The disease will enter into our body. That is called kyphosis. What is kyphosis? Kyphosis means mouth cracks at corners. Mouth cracks at corners. It means మూతి చివర భాగం పగిలిపోవడం. Cracks at corners. That is called kyphosis. That is called kyphosis. So, and also one more symptom. If there is no required amount of B2 vitamin, we are suffering from photophobia also. What is that? Photophobia. We can't able to see light. We will fear. We will get fear. That is also symptom of deficiency of B2 vitamin. And also scaly skin. పులుసులతో కూడిన చర్మం. Scaly skin. So these all are the symptoms. These two are the diseases of deficiency of B2 vitamin. B2 vitamin is also called as riboflavin. What is that? Riboflavin. So what are the uses of this B2 vitamin in our body? What are the uses of B2 vitamin in our body? The first one, normal vision. What is that? Normal vision. Actually, vitamin A is the very useful for normal vision, but also vitamin A and also vitamin B2 is also participated in the normal vision. B2 also participated in the normal vision. And also growth. For our body growth also B2 vitamin very needed. And also healthy skin and hair, nails, everything is depending upon B2 vitamin. So what are the resources? For resources, again, cereals, oil seeds, vegetables, milk, meat, fat, everything. So these all are the resources for B2 vitamin. Okay. So next vitamin, B3. What is that? B3. So B3 is the general name. B3 is the general name and niacin is the scientific name for B3. What is that? Niacin is the scientific name for B3. So, one who is not having required quantity of B3 vitamin in their body, they are suffering from disease. The disease name is called pellagra. What is that? Pellagra. Pellagra is the one type of skin disease. One who is suffering from pellagra, their skin become reddish. Their skin become red in color, the total body. So that is the main disease, the deficiency of B3 vitamin. So some of the symptoms also is there. One who is suffering from B3 vitamin, they are having some of the symptoms in their body. What are they? They are dermatitis, different types of skin diseases, dermatitis and diarrhea and loss of memory. What is that? Loss of memory and scaly skin. Already I told you, పొలుసులతో కూడిన చర్మం, scaly skin. So what is the main use of this B3 vitamin in our body? What is the main use? The use of B3 vitamin in our body, blood circulation. Main function, blood circulation. It is participated in the blood circulation. Okay, so resources same as well as cereals, oil seeds, vegetables, milk, meat and fat. So the next vitamin B5. What is that? The next vitamin B5. B5 is the general name. What about scientific name for B5? That is called pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid is the scientific name for B5. So one who is not having required quantity of pantothenic acid in our body, they are suffering from a disease. The disease name is called burning feet. What is that? Burning feet. Kallu mantal, burning feet. So what are the symptoms when we are not having sufficient amount of pantothenic acid in our body? What are the symptoms are appear? They are walking problems. What is that? Walking problems. And also sprain means benuku. Sprain means benuku. Walking problem and sprain. So what is the use of this pantothenic acid in our body? What is the main use of this pantothenic acid in our body? That is metabolizing proteins and metabolic activities. Proteins, carbohydrates, fats, these all are the uses of pantothenic acid in our body. And also the main use of this pantothenic acid in our body, hormone production. What is that? Hormone production. So what are the resources? Same, cereals, oil seeds, vegetables, milk, meat, fish, egg, everything. These all are the resources of pantothenic acid. B6. B6 is the general name. The scientific name for B6 vitamin, that is called pyridoxine. What is that? Pyridoxine. So if you are not having sufficient amount of B6 vitamin in our body, that we are suffering from anemia. What is that? Anemia. What is anemia? Anemia means lack of blood in our body. Anemia means lack of blood in our body. In Telugu we have to say raktahenata. What is that? Raktahenata. So some more symptoms. If you are not having sufficient amount of B6 vitamin in our body, we are suffering from some more symptoms. What are they? Nausea, tala tiragadam, like that. Nausea, vomitings, fits. Some of the symptoms of B6 vitamins if you are not having sufficient amount in your body. So what is the use of B6 vitamin in our body? The main use in our body, that is called synthesis of RBC. It means the formation of RBC, B6 vitamin also participated. What is the use? Synthesis of RBC. So what are the resources? What are the resources of B6 vitamin? Maybe leafy vegetables, dry fruits, meat, milk, egg. These all are the resources of the B6 vitamin. The next vitamin, B7. What is that? B7. B7 is also called as biotin. Biotin is the scientific name for B7. So, if the B7 deficiency takes place in our body, what type of diseases enter into our body? Mainly nerve disorders. What is that? Nerve disorders. In our body, so many nerves are there. The nerve disorders takes place one who is not having sufficient amount of B7 vitamin or biotin in their body. So, what are the symptoms if you are not having sufficient amount of biotin in our body? They are fatigue. Fatigue means alasata. What is this? Fatigue, alasata. The next symptom, mental depression. Mental depression. And also some of the muscle pains also will come. These all are the symptoms of deficiency of biotin vitamin in our body. What is the use of biotin in our body? Main use, that is break down the fats. Break down the fats. It means the biotin is also participated in the process of emulsification. What is that? Emulsification. Is it right? Break down the fats. This is about B7. So, next vitamin, B9. What is that? B9. This B9 vitamin is also called as folic acid. This B9 vitamin is also called as folic acid. The deficiency of B9 vitamin, if it takes place in our body, what type of disease will come in our body? That is also anemia. What is that? That is also anemia. So, symptoms of deficiency of the vitamin B9 or folic acid in our body, what are they? They are diarrhea. What is that? Diarrhea. And loss of WBC. WBC is also called as leukocytes. And intestinal mucus problem. Our intestine covered with mucus layer, no? So, the intestinal mucus problems will occur in the lack of deficiency of B9 vitamin or folic acid. What is the main use of this folic acid? Especially this folic acid is very essential for pregnant women. So, in pregnant women, the baby development that is depending upon folic acid. What is that? Folic acid. What is the use? Baby's development. Baby's development is the depending upon folic acid. It is very essential for pregnant women. The next vitamin, B12. The next vitamin, B12. B12 vitamin is also called as cyanocobalamin. What is that? Cyanocobalamin. The specialty of this cyanocobalamin is synthesized by E. coli bacteria. The cyanocobalamin vitamin or B12 vitamin is synthesized in our body by E. coli bacteria, which is present in the intestine. Okay, that is one of the useful bacteria. What is that? E. coli. Okay. E. coli. So, the deficiency of disease, if you are not having sufficient amount of B12 vitamin or cyanocobalamin in our body, we are suffering from not anemia, pernicious anemia. What is that? Pernicious anemia. Tevramaina raktahenata. Ati tevramaina raktahenata. That is the most dangerous disease. So, what are the symptoms if you are not having sufficient amount of B12 vitamin in your body? What are the symptoms? Lean and weak. The people may be very lean and weak. And also loss of less appetite. Less appetite. What is the use? Brain and nerve function. So, this B6, B9, B12. These three vitamins are in the leafy vegetables. What is that? Leafy vegetables, dry fruits, meat, milk. These all are the resources for this B6, B9 and also B12. Okay. Up to now we are discussing about B complex vitamins. What is that? Up to now we are discussing about B complex vitamins. What are they? B1, B2, B3, B5, B7, B9, B12. These all are B complex vitamins. Now we are discussing about vitamin C, that is also water soluble vitamin. Vitamin C, general name. The scientific name for vitamin C, ascorbic acid. What is that? Ascorbic acid. So one who is not having sufficient amount of ascorbic acid in our body, they are suffering from a most dangerous disease that is called scurvy. What is that? Scurvy. Scurvy. What is scurvy? From the mouth, especially on the top of the teeth, on the top of the teeth, there are some injuries. From that injuries, the blood drops comes out. The blood drops comes out. In Telugu, we have to say, Palla chegalla venta nundi raktamu karuta. That is called scurvy. That is called scurvy. So, what are the symptoms? One who is not having sufficient amount of ascorbic acid in their body. Delaying healing. When we are having some of the wounds in our body, that wounds will not get remedy in a short time. It will take time. It will take time. And also, bones fractures problem means if your bone and wounds fractures, the bones will not join in a short time. It takes a lot of time also because the lack of ascorbic acid in our body. So what is the main use? What is the main use of this ascorbic acid in our body? See, provides immunity. Now we are in corona time, is it right? Most of the people, they are affected with corona. But so many doctors, what they are saying, if you are having more immunity power, this virus will not do anything, any harm in your body. Is it right? So that's the reason every human being themselves, they have to increase their immunity power. If they want to increase in your immunity power, everyone should take citrus fruits. Citrus fruits, that is lemon, orange, like that. So when we take these all the citrus fruits, why? Because the citrus fruits are having more rich quantity of vitamin C or ascorbic acid. Is it right? So the more ascorbic acid or the more vitamin C, when it is entered into our body, automatically our immunity power will be increased. When the immunity power increase, we are free from the different kinds of diseases. This is about vitamin C. Okay, students. Now we will enter into fat soluble vitamins. Now we will enter into fat soluble vitamin. What are the fat soluble vitamins? A, D, E, K. These are the fat soluble vitamin. So in that, now first we will discuss about vitamin A. Vitamin A. So the vitamin A is also called as retinol. What is that? The vitamin A is also called as retinol. So retinol is the scientific name, the general name for retinol, vitamin A. So actually this retinol very useful to our eyes. Our eyes. In our eyes there are two types of cells. In our eyes there are two types of cells which will give to vision. Which will give to vision. What are the cells name? Rods and cones. Rods and cones. For rods and cones development, retinol is very essential. Retinol is very essential. Okay. Already we learned about these rods and cones in the 9th class. Is it right? So actually one who is not having sufficient amount of retinol in their body. Mainly, what type of diseases are enter into their body? Eye and skin diseases. Eye and skin diseases. So, what are the symptoms? What are the eye and skin diseases? In that, the first one, xerophthalmia. What is that? Xerophthalmia. Xerophthalmia. Xerophthalmia is the one of the most dangerous eye disease. One of the most dangerous eye disease. Is it right? What is xerophthalmia? In our eye, there are some glands. In that, the most important gland that is called lacrimal glands. Is it right? Lacrimal glands. Lacrimal glands. So, these lacrimal glands will secrete the tears. Lacrimal glands will secrete the tears. Kannillu. Okay. So, if these lacrimal glands, sometimes the secretion of tears will be stopped because this lacrimal glands not work in a proper manner, because if you are not having sufficient amount of retinol in your body. Okay, so if the lacrimal glands not secreted tears, our eyes will become dry. Our eyes will become dry. So the dry condition is called xerophthalmia. The dry condition is called xerophthalmia. The second one, night blindness. Is it right? Night blindness. Actually, rods are working in daytime, cones are working in night time. Is it right? So, the cones not work in a proper manner, then the night blindness will enter into your eyes. Is it right? Because of lack of retinol. Next, cornea failure. Already cornea, where it is located, already I told you in the 9th class. Is it right? The cornea failures also takes place, and scaly skin. పులుసులతో కూడినటువంటి చర్మము. So these all are the diseases one who is suffering from, one who is lack of retinol in their body. These all diseases entered into their eyes. This is about vitamin A. Okay. Next vitamin D. Vitamin D. Now the next fat soluble vitamin, that is vitamin D. Vitamin D is also called as calciferol. Calciferol is the scientific name for vitamin D. This vitamin D is also called as sunshine vitamin. Sunshine vitamin. And also free vitamin. We have to call it as a free vitamin. Why? We are getting very simply, very easily from the light. Is it right? So, free vitamin, sunshine vitamin. So, actually, why it is called as free vitamin? When the light is fall on our skin, when the light rays fall on our skin, in the light rays there is UV rays. What is that? UV rays. This UV rays, when it is touches to our skin, actually in our skin there is a fat layer. In our skin, under the skin there is a fat layer. So in that fat layer, the fat is deposited. Is it right? This fat is turned into vitamin D when the UV rays touches to the fat. Okay. So, light rays is very useful to development of vitamin D in our body. When this UV rays touches to our skin, in the skin there is a fat layer. That fat is converted as a vitamin D. So, that's the reason this is called free vitamin, sunshine vitamin. Okay, now. So, one who is not having specific quantity of vitamin D in our body, they are suffering from what type of disease? The main disease that is called rickets. What is that? Rickets. This is called bones disease. Is it right? So, one who is suffering from rickets, what are the symptoms? They are improper formation of bones. Means our bones not formed in a right manner. Improper manner. What is that? improper manner of formation of bones. Knock knees, in Telugu we have to say duddi kallu, knock knees, and delaying dentation and weak bones. Delaying dentation, పళ్ళ రావడం లేట్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. డిలేయింగ్ డెంటేషన్ అండ్ ఆల్సో బోన్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ weak because lack of vitamin D in our body. These all the problems will enter into our body. So what is the main use of this vitamin D? The main use of vitamin D, absorption of calcium. Calcium absorption, that is depending upon vitamin D. See, maintain the strong bones and teeth. Maintain the strong bones and teeth. Is it right? So these all are the diseases one who is suffering from vitamin D. These all are the disease. What is that? Improper formation of bones, knock knees, delaying dentation and weaks. Uses absorption of calcium, maintain the strong bones and teeth. These are the uses. These are the diseases. The main disease is called rickets. What is that? The main disease is called rickets. So if you need more vitamin D, every day morning you should go under the sunlight. You should go under the sunlight. And also the resources of the vitamin D, dry fruits, leafy vegetables, meat, milk, etc., etc. So these all are the resources. This is about vitamin D. So the next vitamin, vitamin E. Vitamin E is the general name. The scientific name for vitamin E, tocopherol. What is that? Tocopherol. This is also called as anti-sterility vitamin. Anti-sterility. This is also called as beauty vitamin. This is also called as beauty vitamin. So vitamin E is also called as tocopherol and also anti-sterility and also beauty vitamin. So one who is not having sufficient amount of vitamin E or tocopherol in their body, what type of problems will enter into their body? What type of diseases? The main disease called fertility disease, fertility disorders, fertility disorders. Is it right? What are the fertility disorders in male? That is called sterility in male. Sterility, it means their sexual organs will not work in a proper manner. In male, their sexual organs, it means from the male reproductive system, they are unable to produce spermatozoas. They are unable to produce spermatozoas. If it is female, the female fertility problem, what is that? Abortion. Abortion. Even though they got the pregnancy, but inside the stomach, the baby will not develop in a time to time. Is it right? So immediately, if you are not having sufficient amount of E vitamin in their body, abortions will be takes place because improper development of the baby, improper development when it is takes place inside the stomach, it leads to abortion. It leads to abortion. So these all are the sterility problems. There are the sterility problem in male and also abortions in female. So what is the use of this vitamin E? The main use, maintaining muscle development and also immune system like vitamin C. Is it right? These all are the uses of vitamins. These are the problems, sterility problem in male and abortions in female. These all are called fertility disorders. Fertility disorders. This is about vitamin E. Okay. The vitamin E resources, mostly sprouts. What is that? Sprouts, మొలకెత్తే విత్తనాలు, and dry seeds, means dry fruits, leafy vegetables, meat, milk. These all are common thing. Mainly sprouts. Okay. This is about vitamin E. So the next vitamin of the fat soluble, that is vitamin K. What is that? Vitamin K. Vitamin K scientifically we will call as phyloquinine. Phyloquinine. This is also synthesized in our body by a useful bacteria which is present in the intestine, that is E. coli. What is that? E. coli. It means K vitamin also synthesized in our body by E. coli bacteria. That bacteria which is present in intestine. Okay. Next, deficiency diseases. Deficiency diseases. So actually, what is the main disease? Main disease, one who is not having sufficient amount of K vitamin in their body. Main disease, delay in blood clotting. What is that? Delaying blood clotting. అంటే రక్తం గడ్డ కట్టకుండా ఉండడం. రక్తం గడ్డ కట్టకుండా ఉండడం. That is the main problem. That is the main problem. It means delaying coagulation problem. Delaying coagulation. Coagulation means రక్తము గడ్డ కట్టడం. రక్తం గడ్డ కట్టడం coagulation. The coagulation process will be delay. One who is not having sufficient amount of vitamin K. Sometimes we are met with accidents. Is it right? Sometimes we were met with some of the accidents. During that time, our blood vessels, sometimes it may be cut. When our blood vessels cut it, the huge amount of blood comes out. Huge amount of blood comes out. Why? If you are not having specific amount of vitamin K, if you are having specific quantity of vitamin K in your body, the coagulation process will be takes place within 6 minutes. Sorry, within 6 seconds. Within 6 minutes, not seconds. Within 6 minutes, the coagulation process takes place. It means the K vitamin is very, very useful for clotting of blood. The clotting process is called coagulation. What is that? Coagulation. Then the overbleeding will not be takes place when we met with accident. Is it right? So actually this K vitamin resources, where are they? Goat meat, liver, kidney, leafy vegetables, dry fruits, milk, fish. In this vitamin K is richly available, mostly liver and kidney. What is the main use of this vitamin K? Coagulation. It is useful for the process of coagulation. This is about vitamin K. Students, up to now we are discussing about two types of vitamins. It means the vitamins are categorized, classified into two groups. They are called water soluble vitamin and fat soluble vitamin. Water soluble vitamins already we saw, B complex and vitamin C. Next we saw the fat soluble vitamin. What are the fat soluble vitamin? Vitamin A, D, E, K. This is about total information regarding vitamins.